that we have in our community, as many folks also continue to have strong ties with all of their familial history. If you'd like to share a few remarks, you're more than welcome to.
Okay. Thank you. Growing up as part of any minority isn't easy, but I've learned to love my culture and my heritage. I've learned to love my culture and my heritage, not in spite of, but because it's unique. I'm proud to be Filipina, and I'm honored to be part of the Filipino community here in San Antonio. Since the first day I landed here, Mayor Jones and the entire community welcomed me with open arms, and I've met so many amazing individuals since then. Being granted the opportunity to represent the country I love on the biggest stage has been an honor, and it's been life-changing. And every time I step onto the field, I carry with me the Filipino spirit and Filipino heart of my family, my community here, and every young girl who dreams. So thank you, Mayor Jones, for taking the time to recognize a girl who you've inspired. Thank you.
The next person I'd like to recognize is Catalea Perez. Catalea is a 13-year-old at McCullough Middle School, Southwest ISD, whose academic excellence, character, and determination distinguish her as an exceptional young scholar. Catalea, during this past academic year, Catalea was the only student in Texas selected for the Stanford University Middle School Scholars Program. It was on an online, yeah. It's an online high school and college preparatory experience designed to challenge and inspire high-achieving students. So she balanced in-person schoolwork and online courses required by the program. Some of the courses included democracy and dissent, philosophy, writing development, and collaborative discussions. She's joined here by her family. Also very proud of Catalea, who's an altar server at my church. Catalea's, thank you, congratulations for representing yourself, our community, and our state so well. We are very proud of you, and we look forward to even greater things from you. If you'd like to say a few words, you're welcome to.
Thank you for all y'all's support, and I really feel proud for representing our state and our city and all of y'all. So thank you all for supporting me through this journey. Thank you.
I'll now recognize Councilmember Munguia and Councilwoman Marina Aldrete-Gavito for a personal point of privilege.
Thank you, Mayor. Today we have some distinguished guests joining us today to witness local government action. We have 5 graduate students from the UC Berkeley Goldman School of Public Policy working to earn a Master of Public Policy Affairs. So here are the students here today. As part of the Texas Policy course, they are visiting San Antonio and Austin to examine the intersection of public policy, governance, business innovation, technology, and community engagement across Texas. The purpose of this academic initiative is to foster cross-regional understanding between California and Texas, encourage evidence-based policy dialogue on shared challenges and opportunities, build bridges between institutions on key topics such as public affairs, technology, social equity, and sustainable growth. So these are certainly some Californians we wouldn't mind moving to Texas, so you're more than welcome to. And they're also joined by Matt Biza, who's here today, who is leading them. And of course, Matt is a former D4 intern and council aide, and certainly helped me be in this seat. So thank you, Matt, for bringing your friends here today at City Council. So hopefully you'll learn some good things today. It's going to be a lively meeting. And I'll turn it over to Councilwoman Aldrete-Gavito.
Thank you. Good morning, and thank y'all so much for being here. I do also want to thank Councilman Munguia in partnering with me to recognize this group of students. And of course, thank you to Matt Biza for hosting your peers here in San Antonio. Hopefully you can show them what a hidden gem our city is and the special nature of public service here in Texas. And I know that we Texans may get a bad rap in California. This is truly a unique place where we're filled with diverse and passionate and innovative people who truly care about making a difference. students. San Antonio and Austin are both growing cities that play a key role in technology, social justice, policy, and sustainability. And having y'all here this week to learn about our region and build a bridge between California and Texas is such an honor. I hope that y'all learned valuable information that y'all can take with you all and use in your future careers in public service. And also, too, I did want to give a shout out to Matt. Before he went to California, Matt was a District 7 resident and previously a District 7 staffer. He also served as a District 7 appointee on the Streets, Bridges, and Sidewalks Advisory Board. We miss his advocacy and can't wait to see him come back home with even a few more letters behind his name. So thanks so much. Best of luck to each of you, and thanks so much for being here. Thank you.
Before Matt worked in either of your offices, he went to John Jay High School. There you go. I'll now recognize Councilwoman Mesa Gonzalez for a personal point of privilege.
Thank you, Mayor. I'm happy to welcome today the South Texas Blood and Tissue Center to City Hall. If y'all can come forward, we have Francine Pina, Yvonne Wheeler, Roger Ruiz, Albert Carmona, and Jay Pajensky. Across the United States, January is recognized as National Blood Donor Month. We have lit City Hall red to honor the generous donors who give the gift of life every day. In 2018, our San Antonio Fire Department partnered with the South Texas Regional Advisory Council, STRAC, which includes the South Texas Blood and Tissue Center, University Health, UT Health, and Brooke Army Medical Center to implement a whole blood program that has quickly become the gold standard across this country. A blood transfusion is needed every 2 seconds, and more than a quarter of all donated blood supports patients battling cancer. We encourage everyone to donate blood, especially O-type donors, as supplies remain low across the country and here in our area. Blood cannot be manufactured. It can only come from the kindness of volunteer donors, and we thank each and every one of you who roll up your sleeves and give that gift of life. I'd like to give Jay a moment to speak on behalf of the organization.
Thank you, Councilwoman, and we appreciate the invite to be here today. As Councilwoman Mesa Gonzalez said, this is National Blood Donor Month. We appreciate the council and mayor's recognition of that, and your help, especially Councilwoman Mesa Gonzalez, in lighting up downtown red to honor the blood donors who selflessly give of themselves each and every day to support healthcare in our community. We also would like to thank Centra San Antonio for their help in getting downtown lit up in red to celebrate blood donors. As you said, every 2 seconds someone in this country needs blood. We supply blood to over 110 hospitals across 49 counties of Texas, so 20% of Texas relies on the work that we do, and we couldn't do that without citizen volunteers such as yourselves. We have a lot of strong support on council, so we very much appreciate the ongoing support. So thank you very much for having us here, and please encourage your constituents to roll up their sleeves, make a sacrifice, give a little something personal, and when you give, they live. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mayor.
Yep. Councilwoman's recognized.
One more thing, guys, before you sit down, because as you know, I was a regular donor to the blood bank, got my 1 gallon pin, wore it proudly, but because of my diagnosis and the treatment that I'm on, I can no longer give because, again, cancer patients are the ones that are in need of the use of blood, and in the treatment, the regular cancer patients that used to give cannot give anymore. So I want to thank you for all the work you do. I want to thank those that are watching or considering and thinking, how can I give back to the community amidst the chaos, amidst my New Year's resolutions? Please go into one of the centers, and I'm gonna pitch the Southeast Center because it's nice and it's got a lot of goodies. So come and please donate and let us know, and reach out to us via social media and the email, and let your council know, and let the blood bank know that you heard and you are giving. Thank you so much. Thank you for all your efforts.
Councilwoman Kaur.
Don't worry, Councilman Vigan, I got your back. I'm still a Heroes in Arms, and we'll be donating. You can donate at the Donor Pavilion on I-10 too.
Around San Antonio, so hopefully you can find us nearby. Thank you.
Today we are also recognizing the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day. I will read the proclamation and recognize Councilmember McKee Rodriguez to speak. Whereas the City of San Antonio, in partnership with the San Antonio Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Commission, will host the 39th annual Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. March and Celebration on January 19th, 2026. And whereas in 1983, President Ronald Reagan signed the holiday into law to honor the life, legacy, and enduring impact of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., observed annually on the third Monday of January, the date nearest his birthday, which is today, January 15th, 2026. Dr. King would have been 97 years old today, and he had he not been assassinated on April 4th, 1968, at the age of 39. And whereas in 1964, Dr. King became the youngest recipient of the Nobel Peace Prize at age 35, and it is fitting that these observances are linked as we honor the timeless values he exemplified: courage, truth, justice, compassion, dignity, and service. And whereas on Monday, January 19th at 10 a.m., tens of thousands of San Antonians and visitors will join the nation's largest Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. March, beginning at the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Academy and followed by an all-day celebration at Martin Luther King Park, designated a Lone Star Legacy Park in 2024. And whereas the San Antonio MLK Commission remains steadfast in promoting human equality, nonviolence, and racial harmony in honor of Dr. King's legacy. Now, therefore, I, Gina Ortiz-Jones, Mayor of the City of San Antonio, in recognition thereof, do hereby proclaim January 19th, 2026 to be Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And we're thankful that the Commission leadership and team could join us today and recognize the councilman to speak before offering you time to speak.
Thank you, Mayor, and thank you all so much for being here. It is a privilege to recognize and honor the life, work, and memory of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and specifically, we get to honor it through the year-round work of this commission. I want to thank every commissioner who made this is not the full body. It's a packed room when we're all there, but I want to thank every commissioner who makes not just the march possible, but all of the events leading up to the march, the awards luncheon in May, and the scholarship program, which is of course evergreen. These folks are planning, coordinating, and running logistics for each of these events. They're fundraising and have been working every single day on these events, and I cannot thank them enough. The MLK Commission has, and will hear me tell this a little bit, right? But I was asked what MLK Day means to me, and I've gotten to reflect on my experience as a black man and how he, as a black man, lived through the 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s, and he was not a beloved figure. He was not recognized as he is today. In that time, he was the most hated man in America. And every day he woke up with courage and tenacity and the realization that today I could be assaulted, today I could be jailed, today I could be beaten in the street, today I could be assassinated. And he woke up with that courage and fought every day against a lot of the norms of our society to build what we are today. And in the decisions that we make, how do we honor that memory? As families are separated indefinitely, people are ostracized, schools and hospitals are bombed, and those in need are denied aid. And as people's only lifeline and resource to access food or medical care are stripped from them, how do we as a people, how do we as a community, how do we as a city respond to that? Dr. King would hopefully look around at our community today and he'd see many of the fruits of his labor, and I hope he would feel very proud. But I also can't help but believe that he'd also look around and see that some of that fruit is spoiled and that there is so much more work to be done. Every meeting, a MLK commissioner shares an MLK quote, and I want to share one this week. It's one of his most popular ones. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. And it is hard not to find injustice anytime you walk out of a door in San Antonio, in America, throughout the world. And so I again want to extend my gratitude to the commission because you keep us focused year-round on his memory, not just on this specific day. And I, again, can't thank you enough. This is an unpaid, fully volunteer role, and I'm not sure that all of you knew how much work you were going to be putting in terms of hours and time and resources. So I genuinely appreciate you so much, and I hope that you guys are able to attend all of the events leading up to the march, starting with the Baptist Ministers Union service tomorrow, but I'll turn it over to the commission to share a little bit, and then I'll recognize the artist right after y'all are done speaking.
Good morning. On behalf of the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Commission, I am deeply honored to accept this proclamation from the City of San Antonio. which proudly acknowledges and celebrates our ongoing partnership. This proclamation signifies more than just words. It reflects the city's unwavering support and commitment to promoting the values of equality, justice, and community that Dr. King tirelessly championed. The MLK Commission is grateful for the city's continued stewardship in helping us steward the MLK calendar of events, ensuring that his legacy is honored and that his vision of a more just and equitable society persists. Together, through our collaborative efforts, we are fostering an environment where the ideals of King are not just remembered, but actively lived and celebrated throughout our city. We look forward to continuing this meaningful partnership and inspiring our community today for generations to come. Thank you again for your support and for standing with us in this vital work. And I just want to say, please, 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 please give to the commission through through sanantonio.gov/MLK. We are still accepting sponsorships and contributions. Thank you.
We have some amazing performers locally. We have a lot of local talent. I think we have at least 20 artists from around San Antonio who are going to be performing at the commemorative program on Monday. We also have Melvin Crispell, who won the competition show, I believe it was Sunday Best. Then we have Gabby Douglas, 3-time Olympic gold medalist, as well as Coco Jones, Grammy Award-winning singer. This is going to be an amazing experience for all of us, from the time you start the lineup at the march and get to meet with all of our community members to the time that you're marching through the program. And so I really look forward to seeing you all there. And what you will see on the screen is beautiful handcrafted artwork. And so I would like to acknowledge the winner of the art contest, Angelina Paez. Angelina is a student in Judson ISD at Kirby Middle School, and her beautiful piece is featured on this year's commemorative t-shirts and other materials. The collage features 2 clasping hands in front of the Tower of the Americas to reflect this year's theme: diversity unites us, love leads us, and action propels us. We'd also like to recognize her teacher, Miss Abigail Lania, who incorporated the contest into her curriculum and supported Angelina and her peers to create art that reflects the spirit and legacy of Dr. King and our community observance of his work. So thank you for being here, Angelina. It's beautiful. Could we please give her a round of applause? When we were doing the judging for the art contest, I saw that when I said, "I'd see no more." It's beautiful. It's beautiful. So, please, if you have any.
I just want to say thank you for y'all to giving me this opportunity to show my art at y'all's march, and that's it.
Of course, thank you. Thank you, Mayor.
Councilman Galvan.
Thank you, Mayor. I just want to say thank you to all the folks in the MLK Commission and those who make this entire event possible. Of course, as stated before, as we all know, this being the largest march in the entire country, commemorative march for MLK weekend, is just an incredible reminder of the importance to this community, the fight, the struggle, the work that Martin Luther King Jr. and many of the folks in the movement along with him throughout the civil rights era pushed for and can continue to see here today that we need to continue to address. And so I'm really excited to be there next year. I always try to follow my grandfather's footsteps, who marched in every MLK march while he was alive here in San Antonio. And so I'm doing my best to continue to follow in his footsteps. I'm more than happy to be there, and I want to shout out also for anybody who is looking to go, please make sure to visit either the park at the Alamo Dome or St. Philip's College and take VIA. It's something that I always do because I do not like to drive in to try to find parking. It's a lot easier to take VIA, fare free, straight to the march. And I want to also just note a quote that I always find inspiring to me from Martin Luther King during the year that he was assassinated at an Avenue sanitation workers strike in Memphis. Now our struggle is for genuine equality, which means economic equality. For we know that it isn't enough to integrate lunch counters. What does it profit one to have access to the hotels of our city and the motels of our highway when we don't earn enough money to take our family on a vacation? We are tired of working our hands off and laboring every day and not even making a wage adequate to get the basic necessities of life. Now is the time for City Hall to take a position for that which is just and honest. Now is the time for justice to roll down like water and righteousness like a mighty stream. Now is the time. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Okay, we'll move on to the consent agenda. Is there any objection to taking the consent agenda before the individual items so that we may clear the business of the day? Okay, hearing no objection. Items 7 through 31 are on the consent agenda. This means they will be considered as a group and there will not be a staff presentation unless pulled for individual consideration. If you want to be pulled, okay. Are there any items council members would like to pull from the consent agenda to be heard individually? Okay. Any? Item number 24 was withdrawn by the staff yesterday. Madam Clerk, we have members of the public signed up to speak on the consent agenda. Yep, I will call the individuals who have signed up in the order that they've done so, and they will have 3 minutes each to speak. The first individual is Jack Finger, followed by Father Aguilar.
Well, Madam Mayor and other members of our illustrious San Antonio City Council, for the record, my name is Jack M. Finger. Hope you all had a pleasant holiday vacation. I know I did. I know it never lasts long enough for me. As far as I'm concerned, y'all can take the whole year on vacation. It wouldn't bother me a bit. But anyway, all good things must come to an end, and I wish to bring to your attention one or two items on this portion of the agenda. Item number 31 is about, well, let's go ahead and read what the backup documents tell us there. That first big paragraph under item number 31 there, Mr. Audiovisual Man, what does it say there? It says, ordinance approving funding agreement between the City of San Antonio and Via Metropolitan Transit for up to $150,000 to fund semester bus passes for middle and high school students as part of the pilot program to combat what? Chronic absenteeism. Chronic absenteeism. Funding of $150,000 is included in the fiscal year 2026 general fund adopted budget, et cetera, et cetera. Yes, return the camera if you would. You know, to the podium. I see two or three things wrong with this. You know, chronic absenteeism, why are students not attending schools? What happened to the parents? I mean, supposedly they are the ones who make sure that the kids get dressed, get fed, and get transported off to school. Are you saying they don't have any cars or trucks or anything to take them to the schools? Now, I'm sorry, to me, that really doesn't wash. And also, the other thing is, what happened to the school bus systems? You know, the yellow buses that travel all around town to take our kids here and there and so forth? I thought they had their own funding for this stuff. Why are we, the city that deals with city issues, why are we getting involved with the school buses? But, you know, I also noticed that, well, scroll down a little bit further, Mr. Audiovisual Man, what's it say there?